But anyway.
But I got no more Intel shenanigans. So if we want to move on,
Yeah.
connecting plot and story, a Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion.
Yeah,
Kamui,
so
take it away.
you well, this gets into like the arc structure a little bit, but I just thought about it because you mentioned it to whoever it was about how I don't remember what your example was about the plot and the story connecting. I think you were saying it about Attack on Titan and the genocide theme, and how like Mikasa's stopping Eren in the plot because of genocide, but in the story because of the whole love shenanigans thing. I think that's what you were saying initially. But
Yeah.
um
Do you agree with that, by the way? I forgot to ask your take on that.
no, I agree because like for example, giving
Okay.
some examples, Naruto beats Gaara in Konoha Crush because both in the plot and the story, fighting for others just makes you stronger. So they just work together. So
Exactly.
and Naruto
Yeah.
beating Obito, you did this example. Naruto beats Obito because his comrades supporting him, and Obito doesn't, blah, blah, blah. And you can just do this sort of thing with, I imagine, every single arc. It's like, no, obviously, sometimes it's not as crystal clear as like the winning the fist fight. So, like, Land Waves. Naruto beats Zabuza with his words, but, and as far as the plot, but again, it's still the same because it's about the humanity. So what does Naruto do? Well, he does the most humane thing he could have done to Zabuza. He talked to Zabuza. No fists, just
Exactly. Instead
words.
of fighting, he talks.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I hate to take away your point to this, but just to be pedantic in universe, he tried to fight Zabuza by running at him, and Kakashi held him back, so we had no choice but to talk. But besides that,
yeah, but yeah, anyway.
I think Gaara is the best example there because it's not just Naruto thinking about Aruka, and even Sasuke's there, but like Sasuke's not in particular active danger at that current moment because Naruto's there. Specifically, Sakura is there and in active danger, and Naruto knows it. Naruto knows. He is on a ticking time clock. If he doesn't defeat Gaara in time, Sakura will die. So he's on a time clock, not just to defeat Gaara, but on a time clock to defeat Gaara. He has to defeat Gaara in time. So he's literally fighting not just for the Leaf Village or the Wheel of Fire or Aruka or anyone who was there for him all this time. Kakashi. He's literally fighting for Sakura. And that's not just what he says in the end. That's literally like when he pulls out Gamabuta. Like he's thinking about Sakura. Specifically. So it's in both the plot and story. Sakura is the story for that reason. The fact that Sakura is in that position, and the fact that Naruto knows it, and the fact that Naruto's fighting for specifically Sakura.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Now, I can't
In
find
fact,
out.
ironically, Gamabunta also embodies the
Yeah.
theme. Gamabunta wasn't going to fight for Naruto. It's because of Gamakichi that
Yeah.
Gamabunta fought. I think that I never even thought about that. That ironically, like that's a subtle thing, but that works beautifully with the themes of that arc. It was like a joke at first, but no, now it just works.
Yeah, he's fighting for his son. Like,
That's so good. Unlike also this is a perfect foil. Shukaku isn't fighting for Gaara. They're completely separate, disconnected. Gaara's literally asleep.
Shukaku's fighting for himself. Yeah, the same way.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good. I like that. It's really good.
So, the point with this was, and this is why I messaged you
Yeah,
to
I kind of
ask about
figured,
the whole
honestly.
in the second and third battle thing, because
Mhm.
in this case, you could make two completely different, like, thematic clashes, I guess, with Boruto versus Hidari compared to Boruto versus Jura. But that's the thing that's just weird. And also in the plot, I guess you can maybe make some stretches, but it's a little bit weird. So as presented by Jura in chapter 9 with like Inojin and them, like they're surpassing their instincts, but all the Shinju are following their instincts. So you could say the reason Hidari loses in the second battle there is because he was following his instincts to devour Sarada. But Boruto and everyone else are surpassing their instincts and protecting each other. And the point with that would be a humanity topic to say that, like, the meaning of humanity. So this arc is presenting that surpassing one's instincts is both superior to following one's instincts in terms of combat strength, but also in finding one's humanity and identity. Like, the point is, your humanity is what makes you surpass your instincts, and so on and so forth. That's like the idea you can get from basically from chapters 9 to 11, 12-ish. The thing is, though, Boruto's loss in, I guess, fight against Jura doesn't work with that. Because Jura, in this case, his instinct is to devour Boruto. What is he doing? Surpassing that instinct. He's going to kill Boruto for a different, because, you know, he's a threat. But that's not what his instinct tells him he should be doing. Because the Ten Tails doesn't give a shit. Even when Kawaki's strong,
but again, that's also weird. Because he's saying, and again, this might be the mistranslation, I don't know, but like, he's not going to devour Boruto. His idea, apparently, was to feed Boruto to the Ten Tails, but then why does he say he wants to devour Boruto? Is he the Ten Tails or isn't he? Or is he going to eat Boruto or is it Ten Tails?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. But
regardless of that, whether his instinct is to feed it to the Ten Tails or devour it personally, I don't know. It's weird. But the point is,
I mean, it would make more sense to devour it personally, because that's weird to have an instinct to feed something to something else. It's like a gardening instinct. That's not instinct. That's like an external hobby. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be to serve the Ten Tails in that case. It would be his instinct. But
it would make way more sense for it just be his own instinct, just to devour it himself.
I agree.
Just like Bug was gonna do.
Yeah, so regardless if he is the Ten Tails or not, if his instinct is to devour Boruto, he's surpassing it. It's so you would have Boruto surpassing his instincts versus Jura surpassing his instincts. They're on the same page narratively. So they don't work.
Bro,
and
this
then
is so funny how reminiscent this feels to the midpoint fight of Platinum In. You're gonna love hating that. You're gonna lose your mind.
I can't wait.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
But
Yeah. Okay.
no, I did say